building your makeup kit comes down to texture, actually. It's all about texture, texture, texture. Let me explain. If you have, for example, dry skin, you should build your makeup kit with products for dry skin, meaning you would use a liquid foundation, and then I don't see a reason using a powder over this foundation to dry it and then apply and wait and then apply blush over, because it will be better for you if you just buy a liquid blush. And this is a concept I actually don't see women applying to their makeup kits. When I teach women, I always tell them, bring your makeup kit along so that I check it, and then I open it and they're like, oh my God, I forgot to clean it. Always happens. No, don't look at my makeup kit. But I always find the same thing, and that is makeup's all different. It's like having a wardrobe that doesn't match together by its texture. So you have this winter sweater and some, I don't know, weird plastic over or whatever. That was a bad example, but anyway, you know what I mean. So for example, if you have oily skin, you would use something that matches in texture as well. So for example, you have oily skin. You mustn't dry it. You mustn't dry it out, because it will become even more oily. That's why still you would use powders. Better to use, for example, powders that are made out of silk and so on, and not opaque fillers, but that's a whole nother story. But it's a powder that matches with powder and that matches with powder. So don't buy makeup that, for example, dries a layer of makeup so that you put another makeup over, because you will just get patches and it will be hard to work with. Second thing you need to think about when structuring your makeup kit is also how compatible the formulas are. So you might have a liquid foundation and you would put a liquid blush over, but they don't match. So a safe way is usually to buy products from the same brand for that part of the face. Let's say if it's for the skin you buy products from the same brand, because I get a lot of emails saying, Yuri, what should I do? Like, the makeup flaked off. Is it my moisturizer? Is it my skin? And so on. It can be your moisturizer, it can be your skin, but that's a whole new world. So just think about how compatible the formulas are, because lots of times you will find that, for example, a liquid blush takes the foundation off. So if the base of a foundation and that liquid blush is not the same, they won't be compatible. And same goes for lips as well. You might find lip pencils that have a completely different formula than a lipstick you bought somewhere else, especially if it's a stained lipstick or stuff like that. It will start flaking. Third and last thing you need to think about when building your makeup kit is color. How you will match all these colors together. And it's same as with your wardrobe. So if you have, for example, blue eyes, you would need, I don't know, a pink blush or whatever. And stuff gets really complicated when you try to be creative. That's why I advise women who don't have that much time as teenagers on YouTube to buy makeup that is more natural, something that matches their tone, and just build up on that, because then everything will go together well. The reason why I'm telling you this is because if you're buying makeup in your palette, let's say a bit more in a comfort zone, when you wake up in the morning, you won't need to think, okay, I want to have blue eyes or purple or whatever, so what should I put with? And then you'll always stay with pretty much the same makeup looks, because you'll try this and you'll put that on, and you won't be that creative. I believe, as you would be if you would have a palette that matches. So whatever you put on the eyes and whatever you put on the cheeks just matches well. It won't be such a creative makeup, which I as well encourage you to do. So, I'm quite on both sides here. But yeah, this is how you need to think about makeup. That's my main point. Oh, and one more thing still is building your makeup kit, thinking about where you need makeup and how you need it. So, for example, do you take the lipstick out and reapply? Do you take the mascara out and fix your makeup? How do you use eyeshadows, for example? Which means I'm not a fan of buying a whole palette of eyeshadows, because it's not easy to take with you. And also brighter colors, especially for me, and I see lots of women do the same, that we tend to use them quicker, and then we use that little white eyeshadow or whatever, and there's a whole palette that we have without this eyeshadow. That's why I oftentimes recommend people to buy these palettes. Wait, I'll get one. So it's a magnetic palette that you can put pretty much whatever you want in it. And I also bought little containers so I can melt lipstick in it. I could melt on a fire. Well, maybe you won't be doing this, but still, you can buy makeup products and put it in a palette like this, especially eyeshadows and then blush. You can also take the blush out of its container, and then, because it's in a metal pot, it will just stick here in, and you can carry this stuff with you. Then you have brands who make these makeup packs that you can take along. Which, to conclude, what I wanted to say is think about makeup also. You have something that you have at home, and then you have something to take along, to have with you. So, for example, a foundation that is in a glass container might not be the best to travel, which means that before you go buy makeup, just think how you will be using it, and then comes down to that preparation again. So how much money you prepared to spend, and especially how you will use that makeup, so that you have everything in the head and you go buy makeup with a purpose, with an idea in your head of what you want to buy, and you just don't go out of that frame, but rather go home, think about it again, and then go back in the store or online or whatever and buy that exact makeup that you wanted. Because otherwise you'll just have makeup all over the place. Also happened to me. The amount of times I bought wrong makeup because I just went crazy. I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible, new formula, whatever. I've seen it on YouTube, and there was makeup lying around all over. Now my makeup kit is, boom, very, I'm very selective about makeup. So this is for mature women, this is grown-up girls, this is for, fashion or whatever. These are the lipsticks that I want for this, these are for that. Just think about how you structure everything.